Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Rachel. So the following video is going to be a really natural glam look. So this is what we did. We used minimal product. We turned a foundation into a tinted moisturizer. So if you think that's something you would be interested, make sure you keep watching. It is adapted from a Facebook Live. So if you want to see the full unedited version, head over to my Facebook page. I will have the link in the bio. Thanks guys. Hey guys, how are you all? I haven't been live on Facebook in forever. We're having a little cherry Coke Zero. It's gonna be delicious. It's been my new jam. My husband loves Coke Zero, so every time I get him Coke Zero, I end up drinking one, but I've been really in the cherry Coke Zero. I think I'm becoming converted, so you know. Hey guys, hey. All right, so today we're gonna do a really natural glam. I have been really into this week, just been feeling like accentuating what I have naturally and not going over the top. That's been my thing this week. So we're just gonna do a really natural look, almost like we don't have makeup on. We're just like picking and choosing strategically. And my nose is really itchy. Every time I get on live, I get itchy nose. We're gonna strategically pick and choose what we're gonna do to like bring out our best glow, but not necessarily be like all made up, because we don't always want that every day. Some days I feel like just looking like me, but like with a little bit less dark circles, if that makes sense. So I've already done some stuff. So I put on primer already and I let that set just to go ahead and let it fill in my pores and get my skin ready. So here's what I do when I'm doing someone's makeup and we're like trying to fool nature, right? Like we want it to look natural. Maybe like we barely have anything on or nothing on at all. It's almost trickier to me than doing a full face of glam, because you're using products but you're trying to disguise it. So if I was to sit down and look at myself, or like if you came over and you were a client, we were doing something very natural, I would look at you. And the first thing I'm going to decide is if you need foundation, because not everybody needs foundation. If you have really beautiful skin, there's not always a reason to cover it up. Like if your skin looks good, just don't wear foundation. You don't have to. There's no rule in makeup that foundation has to be your base. So what I would do, so I'm looking at myself, and this is like what I want to cover up right now, okay? So I'm trying to be like me, natural, but like a little bit more. And sorry, my hair is kind of wet because I just got out of the shower. I'm gonna call it snatchral. We're gonna be natural, but like snatched, okay? So I would look at myself and I'd be like, all right, well, never a fan of my under eyes, so I'm definitely gonna fix that. I could stand to fill in my brows a little bit, and I've got a couple like, well, one acne right here that I would like to be gone, and that's a freckle. Freckles don't bother me. I think freckles are beautiful. So that's what I would want to do. So here's what you're going to do. You can either use no foundation. You can use foundation. If you feel like you want to just put foundation on or you're having issues, that's totally fine too. If you want to use a tinted moisturizer, just whatever level of coverage you're going to need to get the look you want. Hey, Amy. So I'm looking for, I have you guys in a different spot because I broke my tripod. So I had this one that I've got hooked up on my ring light. So the scenery is different. Mine broke. All right, so here's what you can do. You can make your own, say you don't have a tinted moisturizer. Hey, Sherry, but you want a tinted moisturizer, you can make your own. So you could take a liquid foundation and mix in a little bit, hey Sherry, a little bit of beauty oil, and that's gonna thin it out and make it like a tinted moisturizer. Or if you wanted to just strategically use some foundation, you could do that too. I'm debating which one to show you. Hey Tara, would you guys rather see how I make a tinted moisturizer or how I do just strategic foundation but not all over? Someone shout something out, because I'm like debating in my head which one is better to show you guys. The making your own foundation is kind of cool though. Your own tinted moisturizer out of what you have for like less coverage days. I'll wait and see if anybody has any suggestions. I hate Facebook Live because there's a lag. Tinted moisturizer. Okay. Hey Morgan. Anybody else? I gotta get my liquid foundation. It's on the shelf. Hold on. Okay. I had taken these to color match someone, so they're all on the shelf. Let me get my color out. I'm in different colors. I'm gonna use organza. All right, so I'm gonna use our liquid foundation, but I'm gonna make it like a tinted moisturizer. Hey, Shannon. All right, the liquid foundations, tinted moisturizer. Okay, I'm glad you guys wanted that one. I was really torn. The liquid foundation is good for this. You could use the BB cream, but that's like already a tinted moisturizer. Yeah, so you wanna shake it up. Make sure it's emulsified, it does separate. Make sure you squeeze the dropper. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna use the back of my hand for this. Just coming up the stairs. All right. First step is to have some Coke Zero. It makes the process go smoothly. Then I'm gonna get a brush. We're not gonna use the brush, we're gonna use the back end of the brush. So what I'm gonna do, hey Cameron, is I'm gonna take, can you guys see this? I'm gonna take this on the back of my hand. Now I'm gonna lose some of this product in the back of my hand because I don't have any primer on it. So I'm gonna use a little bit more than normal. It's just gonna sink down into my skin. Usually I use about 4 drops, so we're gonna use a little bit more. So I've just got that on there. Then I'm gonna take, this is our beauty oil. It's got squalene, vitamin C, and E in it. It's really good for your skin. It actually comes in our beauty box this month, which is a really good deal. So I put 1 drop in there. I'm gonna mix it together, and that's really just gonna thin it out. Do you see how like it's all thin now? Then I'm gonna use a beauty blender. I'm gonna focus definitely on where I wanted my skin to be maybe less red or the acne I had, so I put some right on top of it. Then you're gonna take your beauty blender and just lightly pat it in. And that's just gonna thin everything out and make it more like a tinted moisturizer. Hey, Emily, Deborah, Brittany. There's a lot of you guys on here today. I haven't been live in forever. So I'm just patting that in. So if you're just joining, we just made our own tinted moisturizer out of our liquid foundation and some beauty oil. I sleep in this, you guys, every single freaking night because it's like so anti-aging, it's crazy. All right. So can you see how like really quickly I got some coverage, but it's like me, but like a veil. Can you guys tell? Like it's not full coverage because we thinned it out. You can still see my acne scars, but if I was just feeling really bad about my skin, maybe I'm going to the gym or the grocery and I want to like not look like I have makeup on, but like get a little bit of coverage, this might be something I would do. Plus you get all those vitamins from that squalene. Okay, so we got that on. I got it on my lips and it actually feels really good because my lips are chapped. All right, so then what I'm gonna focus on next is my eyebrows. I'm just gonna fill them in very lightly, just very naturally. I just cleaned off my desk and I'm not sure I put my brow pencil. Here it is. I've got my desk was crowded, so I'm trying to I need a table over here. So I'm gonna take my brow pencil and I'm gonna comb my brows up just so I can tame them, see where I might have any like bald spots. I know I got one over here. Right there, I've got a little thin spot. So I'm just doing that, and then I'm gonna take a mirror. I kind of like the camera over here because I can't shake you guys when I'm opening the table. This may, oh no, this may work out. Crap. I had a palette that I broke, and I just opened it and dumped it on my lap. I'm gonna wait to clean it till I stand up because it'll be all over my carpet. All right, so I'm just using the mirror out of this. Taking my brow pencil. Let me get me a little bit of product. And I'm just gonna this isn't gonna be like an Instagram, like eyebrow, hashtag brows on fleek. This is just gonna be filling it in. Just natural. So I'm just drawing underneath. Do this side too while we're doing this step. Make sure we get that bald spot filled in. Then I like to take my pencil on the side of my nose. I'm just gonna mark where they begin. And then I'm gonna soften this up. I'm just gonna take this pencil, the spoolie, and just comb it up. And that's just gonna really lightly, see how natural that looks? The spoolie helps soften it. And you get just a little bit of brow. So it looks natural, but you just got a little more definition. I personally like mine fluffy and full, so make sure they match. That's always the hardest part for me, is getting the same depth of color, because sometimes I push harder on one side than the other. Because the harder you push with the pencil, the more color, hey Brian, that you're gonna put out. Just like that. Okay, so that's good. Brows are done. Brows on fleek. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my under eyes. Like I said, don't like my under eye circles, so I'm gonna cover those up really quick. I like to use a color corrector. I think it just does the most. It lets me use less product. I like a yellow color corrector. Unique doesn't have one. I like Lancome's. I'm not gonna pretend to know how to say this word. I know it's backwards for you. It's a concealer, but this isn't a concealer. It's a yellow corrector, but it's in their concealer line. So I'm just gonna gently put a few dots right here. So when I do my yellow color corrector, see I've got this like bag, I guess. I do it right in the darkest spot underneath, just like that. And then I take my ring fingers. For a natural look, I like to use my fingers. It wears more natural than with a brush, more like skin, because I guess you're using skin to pat it in. So I'm gonna pat that yellow color corrector in. Hey Michelle, hey Sarah, hey guys. All right. Sorry, my hair's a mess. I went to the gym this morning and then I just got out of the shower. So it's a little bit like, you know when you shower, like I don't wear a shower cap, so my hair gets like wet because I'm washing my face. So kind of letting that dry. All right. So the yellow color corrector, it's on there, and now we're just gonna pat a little concealer in. I'm gonna use my fingers again. I'm just gonna put the smallest little, this one's almost empty, the smallest little dot. Maybe it is empty. Crap. Come on, come on. Oh, there we go. It's more than I wanted, but couldn't get any, so. So I've got that on my finger. It's a little bit more than I wanted. And I'm gonna rub it together. Rubbing it together is gonna warm it up. Just like that. Then I'm gonna take my little ring fingers and just pat it in here. Honestly, a bit more than I wanted, but it's okay. We've got extra, so at this point I'm gonna assess. A lot of times women, we have redness around here. So I'm gonna pat a little right in around these smile lines. Just like that. All right, then I'm just gonna take those ring fingers and just keep patting. I'm gonna look up. You can use a beauty blender for this if you want, but this is like natural 101. When you use your fingers, it's not gonna be as full coverage, which is why I use that color corrector too. Other than I'm just addicted to color corrector. I'm just patting that in like this. Okay. Now, if you didn't have dark circles like I do, you may not use concealer. This is just all about looking at your face and seeing what you really want to correct without doing a whole face of makeup. So if you felt like your under eyes were fine, you would just skip this step. Okay? All right. So, personally, at this point, I like a little color to my face so I'm not washed out. I'm gonna use a bit of bronzer. Like, we're almost done. This is like awesome. So I'm gonna use the Sunset bronzer. It's our lightest bronzer. It's split tint, half shimmer, half matte. I don't mind a bit of a glow, so I'm just kind of mixing them. I'm just gonna go in right here around my cheekbone area, just like that, and around my forehead, just to give myself a little glow. If you don't like a, look at my hair. If you don't like a shimmery look, you prefer matte, just don't use the shimmer side. Save it for the summer when you might want a little glow. I gotta fix this hair. Go a little left. I'm just gonna do the sides of my nose, just like that. I tend to take it up on my cheeks as well when I'm doing like a no makeup look. Just give myself a little color on the apples of my cheeks. There we go. Then you all know I like my mascara, but I'm gonna use brown mascara if I can figure out where I put it to keep it really natural. When I'm doing a natural mascara look, I tend to just do my top lashes. That's totally up to you, okay? But I think it opens up my eyes. My eyelashes are getting long because I'm using the lash serum, but they're very blonde and you can't see them. So just a little mascara. This is just the Epic Mascara in brown on the top lash. You're just gonna open up your eye. It'll help make you look more awake. If you've got long, dark lashes and you don't want mascara, don't do mascara. I got little blondies, so I'm gonna do some mascara. That would be a good name for a cookie. Little blondies. They would be vanilla, obviously. Don't steal that. I'm gonna make a cookie. I'm gonna patent that right now. There's probably something already called Little Blondies, actually, because I know Blondie is a dessert. We used to sell the heck out of those at Applebee's, you guys. I used to work at Applebee's for like a long time before I got finished with college, and I used to hate when people ordered Blondies because they smelled so good and they tasted so good, and it made me want one so freaking bad because you got to carry it out to the table, you know? It just freaking smelled delicious. All right, now got a little brown mascara, so assess, see what you think. I feel like my lips are a little pale. I'm gonna take a little bit of lip stain in the color Shy. It's my favorite. I put this lip stain on different than all the other colors because our lip stains are pigmented, but I'm doing a natural look and I want it to not be pigmented. So when you're doing a lip stain regularly, you want to put it on. Do not rub your lips together. Just let it set, let it dry, and then go about your day. I want it to be less pigmented in this case. Hey, Josie. So I'm going to put it on and rub it together so that it disperses and looks a little bit more natural. But that's not the way I do it with the other colors, if that makes sense. So if I were to leave it, that's not a bad color, but I want it a little bit less. Watch this. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring it on my cheek a little bit because I look kind of like, I don't know, I like blush. I like a little color to my cheeks. You gotta work fast if you do that because once it dries, hey Sydney, once it dries, you guys, it's there. So really work that in. Okay. And there you go. That's a super natural makeup look. I'm very shiny because we use that beauty oil. If you don't wanna be shiny, you can finish it with some setting powder, which maybe I'll do right now just to show you guys. You can also set it with setting spray if you feel like you need it, just to make sure you don't lose anything during the day. So I'm gonna take this translucent powder, just a little bit on my brush. This is just clear, just mattify a little bit right where I want to mattify. Hey Jenny, if you guys are just joining, we're about done, but you can catch the replay. We made our own, ooh, got hair in my mouth. We made our own tinted moisturizer out of our liquid foundation and our beauty oil. And it is very sheer, but it's a little bit of coverage. There you go, guys. That's our very natural look of the day. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, drop them below and I can shoot you a private message or answer them here, depending on what it is. If it's something you don't want answered here, I can answer it in private message. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Bye, guys.